This is the Keeping Your Money Show with Jamie Westenbarger and Bart Steinler.
All right, welcome back to Keeping Your Money Show. Jamie Westenbarger, joined as always by Bart Steinler. We've been talking about how millionaires manage their money, or maybe don't manage their money, because somebody else is managing it. We discussed stop saving for retirement, start planning for it, and how the upcoming potential changes to retirement savings laws could be beneficial to you.
I think that was not instead of saving for retirement, it's investing for retirement.
That's what I said.
Okay, I don't think you did. But anyway.
Don't save, invest, and plan.
Right.
If you missed any part of the show, you can find it on our website. Go to keepingyourmoney.com. You can also find it on all of our podcast partners, iTunes, Google Play Music, SoundCloud, YouTube, Stitcher, and Spotify. Just search for the Keeping Your Money Show. If you want to reach out to us, you can call us 24 hours a day, 888-98-MONEY. That's 888-986-6639. Somebody answers your call all the time. It's not Bart. We don't make Bart answer your call at 2 o'clock in the morning, but there is somebody who does. And they'll let us know you called and we'll get back to you.
Yeah, by the time 2 o'clock in the morning runs around, I have answered as many calls as I can take.
Yeah. They don't want you answering the phone at 2 a.m. You're like, who is this?
What the heck do you want? Why are you calling me this time? Get out of here.
So I saw this article, CNBC.com posted this about travel insurance. Is travel insurance worth the extra cost? I know I took the kids on a cruise for Christmas last year, and, you know, the cruise company, you know, tries to add in this travel insurance right away as part of the price. They just quote it as the price. And then when you get the invoice, you're like, wait a second, I don't want the $600 worth of travel insurance, you know. And you made a comment that you've traveled hundreds of times in your life and never had travel insurance and rarely had to cancel a trip. And when you did, it was, you know, minimal cost to you. It was interesting, though, because I have a little bit different of a view of it because of a few years ago. Whether people know this or not, I was in Fiji with my late wife and a hurricane came and we had to evacuate. We were the last plane off the island. It was pretty freaky, actually. If you ever want to hear the whole story, you come in sometime, I'll be happy to tell you. We were racing across the Pacific Ocean in a very small boat to try and get to the airport, and everyone cheered when our plane took off because they announced it was the last plane to leave the island. The island was absolutely decimated. I mean, it was pretty scary. But learning about what happens when you need to do that, when you need to change your airline, then you need to walk out of the hotel 3 days early and all of these other types of things. What's interesting is resorts and airlines all have different procedures and policies and, you know.
And they also change all the time.
They change them constantly. So insurance can be a way to protect yourself from that. And one of the things they talk about in this is understanding what you already have, which I will say on my trip to Fiji, I did a poor job of understanding what I had. Had I used one credit card I have versus the one I used, I would have had more coverages for some of the things that happened. I didn't know that because I'd never had a trip interrupted by a hurricane, so it had not been something I had been considering. I will tell you it weighs into my decision-making a lot differently now. But also understanding, too, where are you going? You know, if you're going to Florida in July and everyone in your family is healthy, spending $400 to insure that vacation is probably not that big of a priority and probably a waste of money, honestly.
Right.
But if you're going to the Caribbean in the middle of hurricane season, and you happen to have a heart condition, you know, there might be some considerations you want to take into account that may come up that would save you some money. Hotels do not give you your money back because a hurricane comes. I'm going to tell you that right now. I am personal testament to that. As a matter of fact, the hotel I stayed at in Fiji actually called to ask me for more money because I didn't attend the dinner we were supposed to that I had made reservations for. It was like a really cool dinner where they do this thing out on the beach. Well, we didn't attend it because there was a hurricane. We left, right? Yes. They actually called and asked me to still pay for the dinner.
I'm wondering how they had that dinner on the beach.
I'm pretty sure they didn't. But the guy explained to me they had purchased the food ahead of time and it spoiled. And I said, actually, it probably blew out into the ocean, if we're being honest. You know, I mean, it was a weird thing. So I mean, understanding, you know, some of those dynamics I think is really important too. You know, if there's a higher likelihood or propensity for there to be issues. You know, another one, are you traveling in the middle of winter? You know, does your flight take you through Chicago or Minnesota, places known to potentially ground you for 2 days because of snow? You know, I mean, those are things that take into account.
Yeah. Well, I had that happen when I went to Canada to go skiing in February or Montana or one of those places. But the airport we were flying into was just totally iced over. So we got stuck in Denver. And, you know, fortunately, it was only 1 day. And so it was a night in a hotel that we weren't planning on. But, yeah, that kind of stuff happens. That storm could have easily lasted 2 or 3 days, and we basically would have had to cancel the trip. But I guess I got lucky. One thing this article brings up that I think is really important is the kind of medical coverage that you have if you're traveling internationally.
That's a huge, huge, huge deal.
Yeah. So
especially if you're going somewhere where maybe you would not want to have medical care there.
Correct.
You know, I mean, if you're going to Jamaica, beautiful country, don't know that I want to have emergency surgery in Jamaica. You know, so some insurances or credit cards give you the opportunity to even have, you know, flights off of the island to get you to, you know, a facility where you're going to actually have the type of care you want.
Yeah. Actually, on our honeymoon, which was about 40 years ago in St. Thomas, I had to take my wife to the emergency room, and it was an eye-opening experience. It was not like going to an emergency room in the United States.
Well, and St. Thomas is a U.S. territory. I mean, that's not even a foreign country. So
now, it might be better now. Like I say, this was 40 years ago.
Sure.
But,
well, I think a perfect. Oh, go ahead.
It was a somewhat scary experience.
I think a perfect example of this. A friend of mine went on a motorcycle ride from Southern California down the Baja Peninsula.
Right.
One of the people in their party wrecked pretty badly, actually, to the point where, you know, like helicopters and things like that were involved. I mean, it was really bad, because of not only insurances he had, but also because he had the funds to be able to do it. He was transferred to UC San Diego, which is, you know, a world-class medical facility. Had he been stuck in Baja California, you know, that would have been a pretty terrifying experience with broken bones in your back and, you know, things like that. Not where you want to be spending that time, you know. So definitely understanding what things cover. Rental cars. You know, all these rental coverages that are offered are insanely expensive.
And when you rent a car and you have an accident, even if you do have your own insurance, the rental car companies are going to expect you to pay for the accident, for the damages, and then you go to your insurance company for reimbursement.
But understanding what your credit card covers is really important there, because I actually had a valet bang up a car in Miami, and the rental car company, you know, like literally when I turned the car in, they had a guy come and they're like, you owe us, you know, $1,700. And I'm like, no, I used this card. The coverage is provided by this card. And that card company had somebody step in between me and the rental car company and kind of take over. They actually went back to the hotel, pulled video from the parking garage. And I mean, and literally I was not even involved in it. I gave the names of places I had stayed and who, you know, had handled things. And 3 months later, credit card company calls and says, you're all set. Thanks a lot. And that was the end of it. So
that's
it's
great.
important knowing what the coverage is inside of your rental agreements, as well as the credit card companies you choose to use.
You also want to make sure that if you're relying on those credit card companies, that you keep track of the changes that they make in their policies.
Yeah, very
because
true.
Sometimes they'll give you a benefit and then they'll take it away.
Absolutely. All right, coming up, we're going to wrap up the show, send you into the weekend right here on the Keep Your Money Show.
There's no one-size-fits-all when it comes to planning your future.
Jamie, Bart, and all of the advisors at the Keeping Your Money Show understand that your financial goals are unique and your needs are going to change at varying stages of your life.
All comes
Our
back
team of advisors
to
can
money.
help you tailor a financial plan that meets your
This
unique
is the
needs.
Keeping
Call
Your
us
Money
today
Show
at 1-888-98-MONEY
with Jamie Westenbarger
or
and Bart
visit
Steinler.
keepingyourmoney.com to schedule your free initial consultation.
All right, welcome back to Keep Your Money Show. Jamie Westenbarger, joined as always by Bart Steinler. Another great show in the books. If you're just tuning in, maybe you're waiting to listen to something else that's coming up here later on this wonderful station of 96.1 ESPN Radio. If so, come back an hour earlier. We love talking about things that'll help you retire. We cut through all the bulls, the booyahs, the bells, whistles, honks, and horns to get you the information that actually matters, not just the stuff that's big in shiny headlines. We discussed how retirement savings laws being discussed in Congress may affect your financial future, why some of you have it all wrong, and you need to stop saving for retirement because it's really about planning and investing, how the average American millionaire is managing their money in this market or maybe not managing it at all, and when travel insurance is worth the extra cost. Talk again about the upcoming golf outing we have, Hillary Westenbarger Memorial Golf Outing. It's our 6th year holding a charity golf outing. It'll be on July 25th. Out at the golf club at Thorn Apple Point. Proceeds to benefit Kids Food Basket and I Understand. Sponsorship opportunities still available, looking for single golfers as well as foursomes. Lots of great opportunities to win stuff. $1 million up for grabs. Vehicle from Todd Wenzel Buick GMC. Putt for Dough contest. 50-50 raffles. And much more. For more information, check us out at keepingyourmoney.com/golf. You can register online or contact us at 888-98-MONEY, and we'd be happy to help you figure out what level you want to be a part of it.
It's going to be a great event. As I did last year, I'm going to guarantee there's not going to snow.
Well, now that we're doing it in July, I'd say that's a much higher likelihood. If we were still doing it in June, who knows?
Who knows? But that's my guarantee. I also guarantee you'll have a good time.
Yeah.
Everybody, after these golf outings, they say, oh, that was great, had a good time, beautiful day, camaraderie, just getting out, and you're supporting two wonderful causes. The money is in the West Michigan area. It's helping people, I understand, helping people with, grief associated with a loss. Kids Food Basket, helping feed kids. I don't know anybody that's against feeding kids.
Thousands of kids out there relying on them on a daily basis.
Yeah, so both organizations make a wonderful impact on our community, and we'd love it if you could come out and help us support them.
Yep. It's our 6th year. First 5 years raised over $100,000. Last year, phenomenal. $20-some thousand was raised.
27,000 last year.
Yeah, I mean, let's break 30. Let's break 40.
Yeah.
Let's have a really awesome year. So we'd love to see you. Great time. Love to have you out. Or if you'd like to sponsor, opportunities are available for that as well.
Can I say one more thing real quick?
Do it quick.
All the money that's raised goes to these organizations.
Yeah.
Nothing goes towards the expenses of the golf and all that.
Correct.
We
No
got that
admin
covered.
costs or anything like that at all. All right, great. Well, another show in the books. I'd like to thank all of our advisors here at the Keeping Your Money Show. Dan Van Singel, Shane Thorson, Nate Boonstra, Matt Cernaw, Adam Seifert, Jonathan Hayes, Troy Fox on the Lakeshore, Dave Bruce and Leo Solano, our partners, of course, at Kylan Law, Brohl Tax and Accounting, our wonderful producer, Laura Ridenauer, my compadre, Bart Steinler. I'm Jamie Westenbarger. If you need a second opinion or maybe you need a first opinion, give us a call. 888-98-MONEY's the number. Thanks for listening. Have a great weekend.
Registered representatives offer securities through Securities America, Inc., member FINRA SIPC. Financial advisors offer advisory services through Securities America Advisors, Inc. Forest Hills Financial, Inc. and Securities America are separate entities.